Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome to the live inspiration. And today, as a guest, we have Carla Martins, who is gonna show us and tell us more tools and things that will help us set goals and get those goals into our lives. So, Carla, welcome. Thank you so much for finding the time in your busy schedule to discuss and to share your knowledge with our audience today. So, welcome to this show.
And thank you, Valeria, for inviting me. Happy Friday, everyone, and Happy New Year as well. And I can't believe I just said this today on a live that I did early this morning, is that it's already the end of the second week of January. It's just time flies, right?
Absolutely. It is so quick. I can't. So that's why I was like, let's be mindful this year and get little by little. So be more present and enjoy every single moment. And I think the moments with family and going and some self care will bring more of that balance in our busy lifestyle. So today we wanted to discuss more about goal setting.
Yes.
And I'm sure Carla and myself have lots of experience with goal settings throughout our whole life journey. So
Good and bad ones.
yes, it's a trial. It's always a trial, and it's always good to make mistakes. I've read in the U Squared book that there is a concept that we need to be comfortable with making mistakes, and we need to learn how to make mistakes because we get much more out of a mistakes rather than doing everything perfect. So, Carla, what would you like to share with our audience? Where
Well,
would you like to start?
before sharing something, I would like to ask you something, if you
Mhm,
don't mind,
mhm.
because you are a mindset coach, right? And confidence coach. So do you have anything that you would like to start with to focus our mind to really allow us to be present? People that are joining live and even in the replay, do you have something on your sleeve that you could share quickly? We could do.
Absolutely. What came to my mind when you shared that was basically to maybe to do a mindfulness exercise, like some breathing
Sure.
exercises, so that you can calm
But
down.
yeah.
If you used to like you come from a busy environment or you have were involved in a task, so it's really good to calm your mind by inhaling and
Oh yeah.
exhaling. So grounding yourself. I really love doing these
Yeah.
kind of exercises. And I used to have a timer, Carla, even before to remind myself. And I know those who have Apple Watches, it does automatically and reminds you to just stop and breathe, or just stand up from the sitting position and do some exercises. Another thing that I've heard recently, just came to my mind that I want to share, that those who are manifesting things, who want to manifest a goal in their life or who are working towards a goal, it's good to be in active mode. Because I was looking, like when I heard this thing that being active and moving your body will allow the energy to flow and will allow things to manifest in your life, and I was like, that's something to consider. Because yeah, myself being in front of laptops almost 12 hours a day,
Yeah.
it's really important to take that time and to move yourself if you are really working and you want to have a healthy lifestyle and you're really working towards manifesting something in the life in your life.
Yeah. Great tips. Thank you. So let's take a deep breath then all together.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think we're ready now. And thank you. I see that we have people joining us live. Thank you, Kailash. Welcome.
Mhm.
And thank you for joining us. I will start to introduce myself for those that don't know me. I'm Carla. I'm a women's leadership coach, and I've been working in the corporate sector for more than 20 years now. I'm also a certified coach, and I also work in human resources, which I love. Basically, is helping people
Mm.
to be the better they can be every day. And I'm focusing more currently in women and helping women, because I do believe that we have so much more to do in our society, not only the society, but ourselves and as individuals, um, to really feel empowered and to have our voices heard, and getting the promotions we want, having the careers we deserve and the life we reserve, and being able to have a fulfilling and successful career at the same time, having an amazing professional life, and the harmony between both, which is what I want for every woman. And
Mhm.
that's why I'm passionate about this, and this is the work that I do. Um, in terms of goals, it's a very interesting topic, because I had so many failures over the years. First, I remember when I was younger, I didn't have goals, so I just went living my life day by day without even thinking of a goal, not even a long-term goal. I just was living day by day. And then after a couple of years, I started, of course, to study and work. And we in business we learn a lot of business goals. So I started to learn about goals, create goals, but there's always a catch that we have sometimes so many goals and we don't
Mm.
achieve them. And I was curious about why, and started to, again, as you said at the beginning, try, fail, and try again. Something similar happened to you?
Absolutely. So I would like, first of all, to welcome those who just joined us live. Hello, everyone. Hashtag live if you're watching us live and replay, because we would like to connect with you and know where are you joining us from as well. So absolutely resonate, Carla. Like I remember myself in my teenage, it was like I wouldn't say without a purpose, but it's just like living on a daily basis without having a clear direction towards the future. And I remember my mindset started to shift with the first time I've seen the movie The Secret. And at
Oh,
that point, I started to go to think. I started to contemplate. Oh, what do I want for the future? What would I love? What would I like to have in my life? And from that point, I remember myself to I was so excited to create my vision board. It was my first one. I remember pictures all over the place. And not all of the things has happened on from that vision board. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture because it's it's a very old one. But lots of things has happened from that board, and my call, and I think it's really important to have a clear vision, to have a clear set of goals. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to go? What kind of people would you like to have in your life? And I think myself and your journey, Carla, is like everything happens for a reason. And the person we became, and all the experiences that we have had in the past resulted in us to becoming who we are. So it was meant for me to see that secret movie, to start working on my mindset, to start shifting, and to attract all these people who help me to become clear on my goals and help me to set powerful goals. And I'm sure many of you
exactly.
know, yeah, many of you know Bob Proctor. This is one of my this is one of the phenomenal mentors, I would say.
Yeah,
I've learned so much over
agree.
the years, yeah, from him. And more recently, like last year, I invested in a course to set goals, to set powerful goals, and started to work on my goals. So this is a phenomenal journey, I'm telling you. What's your experience, Carla, with Bob Proctor's teachings?
Yes, I loved it as well, and I've watched The Secret as well when I was quite younger, because well, I'm much older than you now, and I remember at the time I also created my vision board, but it wasn't enough, and I didn't know enough at the time. So it's been what, 30 years since I watched that, when I was around. Oh, sorry. Can you hear something on the background?
No, it's fine. Yeah, Karen.
Oh, okay, because I started to listen in something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Apologies. So when I watch it, I created the vision board, but then
Mm-hmm.
nothing happened. So I was quite frustrated. I must say. And then I started to question the law of attraction and all of those things. So creating a vision board is important, but there are so many more other things involved in,
Absolutely.
so we can actually achieve our goals. One of the things that I learned with him, but it was later, it was not at that time, is that there are different types of goals. And he basically divides goals in type A, type B, and type C goals. And he says that type goals are those things that we already know we can do and we are already doing, basically our present results. Then
Mm,
he says there are type B goals, which are things that we think we can do and we are already thinking, oh, I might know how to get there. And then type C goals, and those are the big dreams we have. We all have dreams. If we don't have, we should have them. So
mm,
those are the ones that inspires, because type A goals, there's no growth or learning on those because we already know how to do things. And if we have that as a goal, and he gave a very good example. I remember when I watched one of his webinars, that was, he was in a conversation with someone and he asked him, so tell me one of your goals. And he told him, I want to buy, and I don't remember the make of the car, but let's say I want to buy a Ferrari, for example. And then he asked him, okay, and what car do you have? And he says, oh, I have a Ferrari. And then he told him, but that's not a goal. That's not a worthy goal because you already have a Ferrari. So if you have a goal to buy another Ferrari, what's the point, right? Because you already know you can achieve it, right?
mm,
So those differences between the type of goals really stick with me, and I think are important, because when I started to create goals, the goals I created were the ones that I knew I could achieve and how. So they weren't worthy enough and they weren't get me to where I needed to be.
mm. Absolutely. And those watching us live on replay, do hashtag or just write in the comments whether you have an A, B, or a C type goal set for yourself. So what mentioned, Carla already mentioned, is Bob Proctor teaches that there are three types of goals, and the ones that like do not stretch you at all are A and B type goals, and C type goals is the ones that you never done before. It's something that will take you out of your comfort zone in order to achieve that.
Yes.
So, how many of you? I would really love to hear how many of you have a C-type goal. Honestly, do type in the comments below whether you have A, B, or C-type goal, and how and look at your past experiences. What types of goals have you been setting before? Like, we are programmed to be in a comfortable zone, to be in that comfy, secure, so that everything goes well to the plan. I know my next step, and we don't grow in that zone. We just like live on a daily basis, and it's no growth, and it's as Bob says, there is no joy in this because you don't develop yourself. So let's explore, Carla, how the audience watching us live or on replay, how they can start thinking and setting A, B, or C type goal, what they can do in order to get wider.
Well, I can share my experience and what I teach to the women I work with.
Mm,
And the first step that worked for me and is working for those I help is the reflection part. It's the self awareness. It's really thinking about what you want. And that comes to the type C goal, your dreams, your fantasies. What do you really want?
mm,
And it needs to be, as you say, something inspiring. It can't be just, oh, I want to go to a trip to the Lake District or to Berlin. It needs to be
mm,
something inspiring. And I can share my type C goal if you want to, and then will ask you yours. For
mm,
example, my professional type C goal is to become the world most sought after women's leadership coach. So That's a big thing, right? World. It's not just UK, it's world. That's
International.
my dream. And helping, being able to help and help more women, empower more women, transform the life of more women. That's my type C goal. What
Mhm.
about yours, Valeria?
I have more of one. I have a personal one, but I will share the business related. I see myself honestly on a stage and speaking to millions of people and transforming its millions. It's not hundreds, but it's millions of people's lives throughout the whole world. And honestly, I see ourselves achieving that because we what you know how it works with goals. It's first is created in our imaginary side in our mind, and then it is manifested if you take the right actions, if you keep focused. Before this live we spoken with Carl about being focused, how important it is to stay
Yes,
focused towards your goal, to stay in your line. So being focused on your goal and working towards your vision, towards what you have created already in your mind, will definitely attract everything that you need in order to fulfill this goal. And you will definitely. It's a matter. We don't know how, as Carla mentioned at the beginning. There is no way you can know how, but what you can do at this moment is time is to become clear on what you really want, fantasize, go crazy, and then take actions. Even if you feel like it's
exactly.
not right, or maybe it's like insecure, all these doubts, looking back at my transformational journey with this business, becoming a mindset coach, becoming a confidence coach, lots of things had to be shifted. And for some people who are thinking to set their C-type goals, it might be that their brain have like a fog, and it doesn't allow them to go crazy to fantasize. And it is only due to two reasons. Maybe the self-esteem and confidence is low, or the second reason might be that there are some beliefs which fog their brain, and it doesn't allow them to go crazy, because everyone DNA, spiritual DNA, is perfect. I often hear it from Bob as well, bringing him always in this conversation. So he says that our spiritual DNA is perfect. We are perfect. Only throughout the experiences, life, and so on, we create these beliefs which
Yeah.
limit ourselves. What is your point on that?
Yes, I totally agree. And so that takes me to point number two. So point number one is really create your shopping list of dreams. And point number two, and I had, again, over the years, I've done a lot of work, it's the mindset, is really believe in yourself, believe that you can do it, believe that the universe, God, wherever you believe in, wherever the entity, will help you and will get you in front of the right people, the right experiences, the right circumstances to get that. And it's a daily work, it's
Mhm.
consistency, having um, that making that effort really to change your mindset to a more positive mindset. And I do love a book um, from Carol. Let me see if I have it here with me. I would share it. I won't have it with me. A book that it's called Mindset. I think it's Carol Dweck, and it's amazing, really to help you understand how our brain and mind works and how you can shift from a more negative and down mindset to empowering one where you believe in yourself, your capabilities, but it's daily and consistent and hard work. So I would say that's definitely point number two of the work that I did myself and I continue to do, so it never ends, and with the women I help as well.
This is so true. This is so
Yeah.
true, Paula. Like, without that belief you cannot do anything. There is a poem, I don't remember who wrote this poem, but it says that the main topic: if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't do it, you cannot do it. So whatever we believe in, whatever is our self-esteem, confidence, beliefs about ourselves, your inner critic voice, whatever, like, what you keep believing in is what you have in your life. So
Yes,
shifting those beliefs, I think,
it's
will
very important.
make a massive, massive transformation. And I'm telling, I've seen in myself and in some of my clients, like transformations within a couple of sessions, like 2 3 coaching sessions, like shifting a little bit of those beliefs, a little bit of how they see the mindset, the bringing some interesting, like some powerful tools to help them shift those, transform
It
your
does
life.
make a difference. It does make a difference. I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
So what's the third point? I'm so curious to hear
So
your point.
next, what I always do, and that comes already to start to setting what I would call the more. So I have the dreams, of course, and I have many dreams and several type C goals as well. Then I start to move down the ladder a bit and start to think about the micro, maybe I can call it micro goals. And I do that every quarter. So I don't like to plan for a year or 2 years in terms of those more micro goals. So I plan quarterly. And
Mhm.
what I do is every quarter, the beginning of every quarter or at the end of every quarter, I start to reflect on the past. So basically asking questions: what worked well, what were my challenges, what lessons did I learn, and then I start to come with those all the reflection and answers, and that's when I start to create the goals for the next quarter. And
Mm.
those type of goals that I create, the micro goals, I try to make them smart. So the SMART formula, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to my dream and my purpose, of course, and time bounded whenever
Mm.
possible. And it might happen that you don't achieve it on that timeline, but you then can move it again. So I do this kind of exercise every quarter, which helps me a lot really to focus.
So much great tools, so many great tools shared here. Like for those who are watching us live, do hashtag live so that we know that you watch us live, and let us know if you get a value, like the hashtag value in the comments, if you receive value out of what we shared here. So basically Carla went from ABC type goals to believe. The second most important part is to have a belief, and thirdly micro goals, some of them call milestones. So to have those milestones, it's like Mount Everest. So in order to reach the Mount Everest, you need to reach some milestones, some like spots. I don't know how those are called, but basically here is our C-type goal, and those micro goals will get you closer to your big, your huge, your most valuable goal in life, like crazy goal. And what you mentioned, Carla, very important to have this reflective side, and doing it on a monthly or quarterly basis is very important, because you analyze yourself, what you need to shift, what you need to change,
Yes.
what actions, new actions you need to undertake, or what you need to stop. Even, I was
Exactly.
at a networking event, and the main question, it was before New Year, main question of the even of the topic, main question in that event was, what should we stop doing in 2022 and start doing in 2023? So there are some habits, some actions, some activities that we still implement, like thinking that this will definitely get me closer to my goal, this will definitely work out one day. But being aware, having that awareness that it might not be the case, so, and shifting those and changing those, and looking at other people who are in this industry, what they do will really help to set a goal, and then to get this goal into reality, to make it happen.
Yes, I agree. And another thing that I do then as well is once I have those goals, for each goal I create steps, and that I do basic on a weekly basis. So for every goal I have a weekly kind of action step, that one or more, that I need to complete every week. So to make sure that at the end of the quarter, if I can, that goal is achieved.
Mm.
So small action steps again, and consistency and persistence, I would say, are probably the sauce for all this. It's being consistent and persistent, because things might slip, and one day you might not be able to do what you had planned for the week or for the day, and you just need to get back to it, even if it's something that you wouldn't want to do, and you just think, okay, let me go back to it. Consistency and persistency for me have been transformational in making a difference on how I achieve my goals.
Absolutely. I want to bring in the example, Carla, of a child who starts to walk or who starts to learn how to ride a bike. They are consistent, they are really persistent, and they are really, really into it. And if they fall, they get up and walk and try again. Trial, trial, trial. The thing that we mentioned at the beginning of this call. And it's really important to always keep going. I remember Tony Robbins said once that you never, never change your goal. Never. If you set a goal, you change your strategy, but never the goal. If you keep like changing your goals, it means you are a bit insecure, that you don't believe in it. You're not gonna, yeah, you don't believe you can make it happen. So keep to your goal and change your strategy, test it out, change the new actions, stop doing some actions that do not work for you and implement other actions. So absolutely in this journey, I think like in every goal setting, it's very important to have the consistency and being persistent with it,
Yes.
with taking action
Yes.
every single
Yeah.
day. Mhm.
Exactly. And another thing, because I defend harmony,
Mhm.
it's the harmony between your personal life and your professional life. And we are talking about goals. And I think when we are setting goals for ourselves and these small action steps, we need to remember our self care as well. And that harmony, that we are just not doing, burnout, overwhelmed. So really being focused and strategic on those micro goals and action steps, so we also have time for ourselves, for our families, for our friends. I love to go to a spa, to a massage, dinner with friends, a couple of Fridays out if I can, holidays, musicals. So I always recommend, be careful when you are setting your goals and action steps. Have time for yourself as well, for your personal life, your
Mhm.
social life. That harmony is crucial for being successful in getting the goals and the dreams.
Absolutely. And I wanted to bring that, but it slipped my mind. At the beginning, you mentioned about this balance, about this harmony to have in your life, and this is really important.
Harmony.
I felt it on my skin. I've experienced myself, and yesterday my mentor mentioned Eva Petrak. So she mentioned that to avoid burnout is to have those self care activities in your diary. And it's not
Yeah.
mainly like to spend lots of money to go massages, spas, and so on. It's just having the self-care activity, to go out for a walk, to prioritize your breathing, the exercise we did at the beginning. Because sometimes being in front of laptops, working for the full day, whole day,
Yeah.
you forget to even have enough water or even breathe normally. So
Or
having
eat.
or eat, yeah. How many have their lunch in front of laptops? How
Yeah,
many of you?
exactly. I
Mhm.
guess the key thing is to find something that you like to do and do it during the day. I work mostly from home now, and all the coaching is mostly virtual as well.
Mhm.
So what I do a couple of times a day, well, maybe once a day, I just stop for 5 minutes and I listen to a music, really one of those, musics that I love, and I just dance like crazy for 5 minutes. I
Mhm.
share this with some people and just say, you are crazy. I don't mind, I love it, so I just do it.
Why
Why
not?
not?
Why not? I love it. It just reminded me we are up to the time, so apologies for
Okay.
being late. Yeah, but I reminded just a little note, reminding myself. I'm in the process of qualifying, of getting the coaching qualification, and we were given a task. Thank you. We were given a task to bring some five songs that make you happy. You know, it was about positive psychology, and all the songs that I brought were about being motivational songs, like how to encourage yourselves. And it would make me think, like, really, I don't have songs which make me. I do have, but my mind went straight again into work, into what motivates me, what brings me motivation within me, so that I can do more work. Another thing that came was also, and it's around self-care. It's around being having the balance within your life, so that you don't overwhelm yourself. It's important to have set goals for yourself, but as well to take care of your brain, of your body, of your family life, of your social life, because all of these create, like, is a balance. It creates your whole life. So, and we are here on this world to enjoy this life, to fulfill this life, and not to feel like overwhelmed and overworked. And other thing that came to me the last couple of days was it was in a coaching session, and uh, throughout discussing, like, I cleared some time in my schedule. Like, I identified that there is potential, some moments where I can clear some time. And my brain went, what can I do with that time? My brain went into, I could do more lives, I could do more marketing,
Work.
my
More
more
work.
work. And the person who was doing coaching with me, she was like, at the end, she's given me feedback. She was like, we found some time in your schedule, and you still, like, your brain still went into more work. So maybe it's the way we are programmed, or maybe it's like the way we have been conditioned. We have conditioned ourselves to work harder, but goals getting is not about working
Work.
harder.
It's
No.
working smarter. Working smarter.
Yes,
Exactly.
setting the smart goals.
Yeah, exactly. And just to share, one of the you said you had to choose five songs. One of my favorite one is Queen, and I'm always singing the Queen one. We are the champions. We are the champions, my friend. So I love that one, and it really puts me in one, empowering mood. So I don't know if anyone else loves this music. If you do, just hashtag Queen. We are the champions in the chat or in the replay, because I love it. It's a really empowering music for me.
Isn't it? I love it too. So it's just, yeah, there are lots of songs that can cheer yourself up and can make you positive. And don't forget, throughout the whole discussion that we have had today, like, set your C-type goals, then believe in yourself, then have milestone, then small micro goals and small steps, and reflect on your path, so that you are getting there quicker rather than harder and in a longer way. So I truly want to thank
And have
everyone,
fun.
and have fun,
Don't
enjoy
forget,
it.
have fun.
Yes, absolutely. It's about enjoying it. It's about having fun. Absolutely agree with you, Carla.
Exactly.
And I would like so much to thank everyone who wished us live.
Thank you.
Kailash, Marta, Magdalena, who left some comments in the comment section. And I would really like to appreciate, Carla, for you finding time coming live and sharing your energy, sharing your knowledge here with us on live. And I truly, truly want to thank everyone who wished us live or on replay. Do hashtag replay, so that we know that you wished us and you got value out of it. So please do type in the comments below if you got value out of this session, so that we can make more of those in the future. So I would like to congratulate everyone and say thank you again. So, Carla,
Thank you.
have a
And
lovely
thank you as well.
yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Have a lovely end of the week and a lovely weekend.